Justin Bieber has recently been back in the spotlight after a long time, but not because of his Coachella performance. Instead, it appears that Justin putting himself back into public attention is making a certain man behind bars extremely nervous, with Diddy reportedly fearing that Justin might eventually expose him once and for all. In fact, an audio recording has recently been leaked to media outlets that appears to show what some believe is Diddy attacking Justin Bieber, and this is something Diddy has allegedly been paranoid about for a long time. If Justin truly knows as much about Diddy as it has been claimed, then he would have every reason to fear what could be revealed about him. What makes this theory even more interesting is that it does seem to carry some level of credibility.
All right, let's get deep for a second. 21-year-old Justin is giving 15-year-old Justin advice on what to expect from the industry and what to expect of life, going through what you've gone through. What do you say to that dude now?
I would just say, just listen to the people who care about you, you know, and also I was so, you can't really teach innocent, because I was innocent and I was young and I trusted everybody, and with being young and innocent in this industry, it's not necessarily the best thing because people take advantage of vulnerability. And so I think I was just in a place of just trusting everyone and, you know, thinking everyone was on my side and eventually getting burned. And yeah, it's just tough, man. And after a while, I started putting up walls and boundaries, and for a while, I kind of shut everybody out. And then I kind of lost my own personality and lost my charismaticness because I just didn't trust anyone. And then finally, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna let them win. I'm gonna give them some of me and learn how to put up a wall without closing myself off.
There is one particularly interesting interview of Justin's from a while ago that a lot of people completely missed. And in hindsight, with everything we now know, it feels absolutely shocking to say the least. When you listen to Justin Bieber in that interview, it sounds like someone trying to explain what growing up too fast really felt like, as he laughs, jokes, and talks about photo shoots and music. But underneath all of that, something more honest slowly starts to come through, because when he is asked what advice he would give his 15-year-old self, his answer is simple, yet very telling.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
And out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down, you gotta, you know, wear your seatbelt.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
Not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you know, when you get 16. You good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody.
He says he was young, innocent, and he trusted everybody. And that is where things start to connect. As there is one particular incident that reportedly took place when Justin was 15 years old, involving what some people describe as 48 hours with Diddy.
Especially when you really love someone, and I'm not the type of person who likes confrontation at all. Like, I hate it, especially with my friends. So I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want them to think that I don't love them, you know. But there's sometimes you just need space, and it's like I still love you, but I'm gonna love you from a distance because I don't know if like we're right for each other right now. Not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's probably comforting for teenagers to hear this because we've all been there. Like we've all had those friends that we couldn't say no to, and peer pressure, and this is probably how we gotten ourselves into situations that we have.
Yeah. I think I have a cool opportunity to just be a light and tell people, you know, I'm human. I'm still gonna make mistakes. You might see me on TMZ tomorrow doing something else dumb, but I think that what's cool about this growth is people can see it, and it's like I've made a transition that's and been consistent, you know. And I think that life is just about staying consistent and just keeping pushing forward and knowing that, hey, this day might suck, but let me just look forward to tomorrow or the better days to come in the future.
Because earlier, people were debating what his relationship with Diddy really was, whether it pointed to something deeper or whether it was just industry image. And while there is no confirmed evidence that Diddy directly harmed him, Bieber's own words still create a picture of what that environment may have been like. An environment where a teenager is suddenly surrounded by powerful adults and does not yet know who to trust, and he admits it clearly. Being young and open in that kind of space is not always safe. Not necessarily because of one specific person, but because of how the system itself operates, where people notice vulnerability and some take advantage of it. And Joe Budden even stated that the things he has heard about what happened to Justin Bieber brought him close to tears.
Wow! I feel violated right now. Wow.
But during the Ellen Show, an awkward moment for Justin Bieber happened when Madonna started hitting on him, and even asked him on a date backstage.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. What music are you listening to at the moment, Justin?
Well, I listen to a lot of different stuff. I'm really into Jessie J, actually.
Ah, well, she's here. We're gonna get to see her later. Thank you so much. Look at him. Look at what a beautiful face.
And sometimes it happens right in plain sight. And even Justin Bieber was not safe from it, as it reportedly took place on national television, with no one stepping in or speaking out for him. Justin Bieber is known for being quite rebellious, and when he was younger and rising to stardom, he was also placed in uncomfortable situations as a teenager and young adult by much older celebrities such as Katy Perry and Jenny McCarthy, with claims that things even went as far as physical contact with him on stage at the American Music Awards.
People have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of like suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and you know they're making a lot of allegations.
Mm-hmm. Same way they made allegations about Usher when Usher was younger.
I mean, do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire.
According to many people who were close to Diddy, there is a strong belief that the things alleged about Justin's mistreatment involving Diddy and Usher may have, in fact, happened as described.
Yeah, Justin, he's been real quiet about this. I mean, I think like a lot of the other celebrities.
I was reading some, Cam, and the kids say after he went to Diddy camp, he started using drugs so heavy and was smashed every day. What would cause a kid who wanted to be an artist in the music business all of a sudden to start getting high and drinking and drugging, popping pills and smoking? What would cause a kid to do that?
I mean, usually trauma.
Or a Diddy party.
Gene also questioned Bieber's behavior during that period, wondering how a young artist who entered the industry focused and driven suddenly went through a phase of heavy partying and making reckless decisions.
What's going on with you guys? Are you working together?
I'm not. I mean, I think that we become friends in a strange way, you know.
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
I'm big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're out.
He got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Well, apparently not.
And that is where this ties back to what Bieber himself has already admitted, as he spoke about trusting the wrong people, feeling used, and being placed in situations where he did not fully understand what was happening around him, with claims suggesting he felt controlled and silenced in connection to Diddy.
Sean Diddy Combs is pushing to have his prison term cut short. The rap mogul's lawyers took his case to a federal appeals court in New York on Thursday. They say his sentence for a sex-related conviction was too harsh. Jerika Duncan is here with more from those arguments. Jerika, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. A lot to consider here. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers argue a judge wrongfully sentenced their client by considering more serious charges than what he was actually convicted of. They also say it is the most prison time ever given someone convicted of the same charges with a similar criminal history. Now, one of the prosecutors in this case insists that Combs' 4-year, 2-month prison term is below federal sentencing guidelines and in line with similar convictions. Last summer, as many of you remember, a jury cleared Combs of trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. The rapper was convicted of lesser prostitution-related offenses. He had pleaded not guilty to all charges and denied wrongdoing. He's scheduled for release in April of 2028. Nate, this should be interesting. It could take a couple of months before there's a decision. One of the judges in that appeals court saying that this was an exceptionally difficult case.
Those are not direct accusations, but they do describe an environment where things can go wrong very quickly, especially for someone that young. And now it seems that things may be moving from bad to worse for Diddy's victims, because there are reports suggesting he could be getting out of prison even earlier than expected.
What does the entertainment landscape look like, Diddy coming home in 30 days?
Same as it look now, bleak. Just not Memphis.
Just not Memphis.
Bars.
Goddamn.
You too.
Does Diddy have any redemption if he owns up to his depravities?
Prince said it best. Sometimes it snows in April. Oh, sometimes I feel so bad. So bad, so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending. Oh, all good things they say never last. That's Prince.
Come on.
That's Prince. That's what he said. April, we'll see.
Naturally, it has led many people and victims to wonder what would happen if he were to be released. And Jaguar Wright has shared a theory about it that does not sound reassuring, as she said that nothing would really change, and that the industry would remain the same, just as messy, just as complicated, and just as full of things people do not fully understand. Because in her view, one person leaving prison does not suddenly fix a system that has been operating the same way for years.
You got the game on the night that the documentary is coming out talking about free Diddy and free R. Kelly. And talking about how baby oil is cool and so is urinating on people.
That's wild.
You want to know the one thing that I'm finding also very interesting that nobody's paying attention to? The presence of that pyramid. You know, that the same thing that the Rock Nation likes to put up, the same hand symbol that the sororities and the fraternities like to use. I'm not going to emulate it because you know exactly what it looks like. Yep. The pyramid sign that Diddy was wearing that around his neck. You want to know what I found funny? That there were a bunch of YouTubers that were at that courthouse that were wearing that same, it was a much smaller version, but that same symbol.
Yeah.
I think, and that's the part of this story that makes it possible for people, I think, to graze over the reality of all that's going on. You know, if you just look at it from the salacious celebrity stuff, from pop culture media, so-called this new media, and I'm really not liking that term, this new media, because what it really sounds like is the name of a gang. Like the media is media. Because I'm looking at the people that are falling under it, and they're all the same people that are involved with, creating these propaganda campaigns. But that's exactly what Diddy was saying at the beginning of the documentary. We need somebody that is proficient, or fluent in being able to spin propaganda and narratives.
And when it came to the idea of redemption, she did not sound fully convinced, as she suggested that even if someone admits to wrongdoing, it does not automatically erase what has already been done, because some damage, once it is out there, simply stays. And then the conversation shifted into something deeper about how everything is connected behind the scenes. And in her view, it is obvious that Diddy is supported by extremely powerful people who see any criticism or push for accountability against him as something that also affects them.
Diddy's not some nerdy dude who just happened to find some IG model and, oh my God, this is the girl of my dreams. Man, he has access to women all around the planet.
And that's his reputation.
But he went after the baby mother of one of his rivals.
Exactly.
Someone who had been taking shots at him for years.
Absolutely.
On purpose.
And he went after her knowing that they had beef.
Right. And slutted her out.
Slutted her out.
Just slutted her out.
Slutted out.
Having a whole basketball team run a train on her.
Totally
And
did. I
just
totally
the whole
agree.
thing, right?
Totally agree.
Right.
But his reputation from when he worked at Uptown, I'll be sure's girlfriend.
Oh, Kim Porter.
Kim Porter.
Right.
That's
Well,
his reputation.
I'll be sure his baby mother.
Baby mama.
Yeah.
Then Eric Serum, his friend, the one that had she had his baby, Mia. So he's had a reputation of going after people.
Tupac's ex-girlfriend.
Tupac's ex-girlfriend.
He got a baby with her too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my point that I'm making to the men listening, well, if you don't understand this, then you just poorly educated and don't really have common sense. It's a no-no. There's no way I would go after Vlad's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
I'm so loyal that if I met a woman and she said, "Oh yeah, I used to date Vlad," I can't with you, baby.
Right.
I wouldn't even put my in it, excuse my language. Because that's how I move. Other people don't move like that, but you see me in Paris, you see me all over the world. Why would the I want to do that to mess up a relationship?
Past connections, industry ties, and the way people's paths cross long before the public ever notices. And to her, these are not random coincidences, but part of a much bigger network that most people only ever see in small fragments. And when it comes to Diddy, the claim is that if you are seen as a danger to him, he will try to eliminate that threat in some way. And T.K. Kirkland pointed out something that may seem unrelated on the surface, but is often connected to a larger picture, as out of all the people in the world, Diddy has had a history of getting involved with women who were already connected to other men in the industry, sometimes even rivals such as 50 Cent.
It's going to be hard to figure it out if it does exist.
Do you believe the guy in the tape is white?
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had a tape with another man, did that catch you by surprise or no?
Well, all this shit is by surprise to me. A lot of this shit is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff, I knew Puff Daddy, I knew Diddy before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So No, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. Because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story.
He explained that in most circles, especially among people who understand loyalty, that kind of move crosses a line, not because of jealousy, but because it signals a lack of boundaries. And when someone repeatedly ignores those boundaries, it slowly starts to build a certain reputation over time. And this becomes particularly concerning for Justin, because there are also rumors suggesting that Diddy may have a lot of alleged blackmail material on him.
What this tape that's being shopped around, a Diddy and another male, they say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, is only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shopped. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Gene Deal made it clear from the very beginning that a lot of what is being said is unverified. And even he admitted that much of it falls into the category of rumors and discussions rather than confirmed fact. But still, the fact that these conversations are happening at all shows how much the overall narrative has shifted.
Tape that's being shopped around, a Diddy and another male, they say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, is only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shopped. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Gene also pointed out that if any real evidence, such as recordings, actually exists, it would not stay hidden forever, because situations involving serious allegations usually move toward legal scrutiny, where claims are either supported or dismissed based on real proof. And until that happens, everything remains in a gray area, which is where things currently stand. So now, instead of only asking whether something specific happened between Bieber and Diddy, the question becomes much bigger than that, focusing on what kind of environment he was in and whether he would be safe if Diddy is ever released. And viewers are then encouraged to share their